Hello everybody, my name is Xstar and today we're going to be looking over this iceberg and it's called the Do Not Research Iceberg and it was made by Wallace61 on Reddit and I don't know, I'm usually not a big person on icebergs but I really like this one because there's some things I do know on it, some things I don't, so we're going to go ahead and dive into it, we'll see what we can learn, so yeah, we're going to get started. And also I do want to point out I'm going to be having pictures on the screen. I can't obviously show some of the things, but I will have like thumbnails or something like that. Some of them I won't, but generally for most of them, I'm gonna have a picture on the screen. So if that's gonna bother you, just don't try to look at the screen while you're watching this or listening to it. But so yeah. All right, so starting off strong, we have One Man, One Jar. I'm sure most of you guys know what this one is. It's basically just a man. He takes a glass jar, shoves it into his butt in front of the camera. The jar breaks and there's a lot of blood. Not much else to say about this. I'm sure y'all know what this is. All right, this is the one of the ones, like I said, I can't show a picture for, but I'm sure y'all know this is Two Girls, One Cup is. But if you don't, it's basically just two girls shitting it into a cup and then eating it. I have no idea if this is true, but I found this article that says one of the girls is now an ice cream vendor, and the other girl died from dysentery only 3 days after the video was filmed. I'm not sure how, but I've managed to go my entire life without seeing this, and I hope to keep it that way. Serbian Film is a horror film that was made in 2010, and I haven't seen it, but the description for the movie says an aging P star agrees to participate in an art film in order to make a clean break from the business, only to discover that he's been drafted into making a pedophilia and necrophilia themed snuff film. Honestly, I'm probably not gonna put this on my watch list. Like some of those on the list, I'm pretty sure y'all know what this is, but blue waffles was a fake disease that basically people said if you got it, it would turn you, what, blue, and also would disfigure it. I actually believe this was real for a long time, and I just recently figured out it was fake. So yeah. Next up, I have no idea if I'm saying it right, but Boku No Pico. It's a hentai, and the main character is like 12 or 13. So yeah, and I read it's popular for a car scene, but I don't think this is one of the ones I'm planning on doing more research on for obvious reasons. Okay, so for dolphins, I had trouble finding anything, but the only thing I could possibly think of is I know dolphins have a history of assaulting other dolphins as well as humans, but besides that, I really don't have anything that I could find, so yeah. How hot dogs are actually made is pretty nasty. Oh, it's not nasty enough for me to stop eating them. I'm gonna play a clip now, so if you're eating and you just don't want to see it, skip forward like 10 seconds.
Another machine then purees the meat batter into a fine emulsion and vacuums out any air.
Goatse is just a picture, like it's a disgusting picture of a man stretching his butthole extremely wide. After reading the description, I didn't feel like looking at it, but I found this picture of Mario, which is already more than I want to see. So yeah. The only thing I could find for gut flora is these microorganisms that live in the digestive tracts of like vertebrates like humans and insects. If there's nothing that I'm missing here, this one's pretty tame, but I guess it's understandable since we're still at the top. Okay, so for Huntsman Spider, I'm like terrified of spiders, so this one was hard for me to even look up, but it's basically this giant ass spider. And they are venomous, but they're not deadly to humans. So, and if you're scared of spiders, I apologize for showing a picture. So yeah, moving on. Alright, so next up we have ingrown toenail, and it's basically just a condition in which the corner or the side of the toenail grows into the skin. They don't go away naturally, but people can usually treat them at home in a few days. And obviously, you can look at the picture and tell that it hurts really bad, but nothing life threatening, but I mean, it is a big nuisance. Lemon Party is a site that has 3-year-old men doing you know what. I can't say it on here, but I'm sure y'all know what that is. I remember my friend telling me about this when I was like 12 or playing Black Ops 2, but thankfully I never went on it. Out of all the other shock type sites, this one's probably the most tamest. But I still don't recommend looking into it, obviously, but yeah. Lotus Breast is a picture that circulated in the early 2000s, and it's basically just a breast, but with, I don't know how to describe it, but if you know, like the Trypophobia, it's basically just a boob with holes in it. I don't believe it's real, but I know this is what started a lot of people's fear of holes and tryphobia. Meatspin is uh just like all the other ones, like a sock shite, where it's two gay men having sex, but one of them is spinning their penis around. And I'm pretty sure the "You Spinning Around" song by Dead or Alive is playing. I don't want to test it, but that's what I read. And also the thumbnail I have in the background, the video got deleted, but it was basically just a kid showing his parents meat spin. Um, Obviously the video's no longer up, but yeah, moving on. Messy Tails refers to a furry that also goes by brownless pup. The reason they're on this list is because they ate feces, and they either went to a mental asylum or died. I'm pretty sure they died, but I saw some pictures when I was looking on the image section of Google, and I really don't recommend looking it up. I also went on the Twitter, and they're still up from like years ago today. So I don't know, man. I didn't have to look this one up, but Mr. Hand refers to a video where a guy, has sex with a horse. I don't think there's much to say about this, so I'll go ahead and move on. Also, I want to add to this real quick that the guy died from doing this. I don't think he died directly from having sex with a horse, but I know he died from like kidney or colon failure or something. I'm not 100% sure. I also know they made a movie about it, and it won like 16 awards, I think. But yeah. Peter Griffin saves the whale. It's just a scene from Family Guy where there's a whale stranded on the beach, and Peter just rams a forklift into it and kills it. But it gets kind of gory because he keeps trying to just get off the forklift, and it just becomes more and more disfigured. But I'm not sure if I'm allowed to, but I'm gonna go ahead and show a clip. So again, if you don't want to watch it, just skip like 10, 20 seconds. Again, I'm not even sure what to say about Pink Flamingo because it's one of the ones I didn't know about. I had to research, but basically it's a movie I've never seen. But the description on Google says it's a bizarre fat woman and her misfit family compete with the Baltimore couple to be named the filthiest people alive. I'm gonna go ahead and show a 15-second clip, but yeah, here it is.
I played Connie Marble. Connie Marble with her husband were vying with Divine to be the filthiest people alive. We artificially inseminated kidnapped girls and sold their babies to lesbian couples.
You know, Divine's family was just home trying to live a life of peaceful filth and be confident that they were the filthiest people alive.
You name it, it's in this movie. If you got a kink, you'll find it somewhere. It's just something to satisfy every sick.
I don't even want to show a picture for this one, but next up we have Ponyjar, the Ponyjar Cum Project, and with a name like that, you already know it's gonna be good. So a guy on 4chan decided to put a Rainbow Dash figurine in a jar, and he also decided to put semen in it. And on November 27, 2014, he posted an update reporting that he accidentally heated the contents of the jar, and then which creates the image that I have on the screen now. Not much how to say about this one, so yeah. Okay, so for spoilers, I'm pretty sure this means that you just shouldn't look up spoilers. You don't want to get this stuff ruined for you. But I might be missing something deeper here. I don't know if there's another obscure video named spoilers or something, but I'm pretty sure it just means you shouldn't look up spoilers. I mean, you don't have it ruined for you. The Splinter is an episode of SpongeBob where he gets a splinter in his finger, and instead of trying to fix it, he keeps covering it up, and obviously because it keeps getting worse and worse and worse, and eventually it becomes what you can see on the screen right there, and he eventually tells Mr. Krabs, and Mr. Krabs goes to fix it, and a bunch of pus comes out. I don't think I can show SpongeBob clips on YouTube. I might be able to. I don't know, but I remember it very well from when I was a child watching it. But in terms of whether this is worse than the Family Guy one, I don't know. I think the Family Guy one's a little worse, but I don't know. Tonsil stones are these stone-like lumps that form in the back of your mouth. I don't think they're life-threatening, but they look really nasty. I actually didn't know what this even was till I started looking down this iceberg, but they do look pretty nasty, but I think they're pretty common. So like I said, I've never heard of it, but they're very common apparently. So yeah. Okay, so trypophobia is, I'm sure everybody knows what this one is, but it's the unusual fear of small holes. I've never had an issue with it. I mean, it's kind of creepy, but I know some people are like terrified of it, but I can see why. It looks kind of creepy, but I don't know, nothing too, doesn't give me a phobia or anything, but yeah, that's trypophobia. Okay, so if you know what tub girl is, I'm sure you know why I can't put a picture of it up, but it's an image where a naked woman is laying in a bathtub with her legs placed behind her head, while a huge fountain of orange liquid gushes from her anus and falls onto her face. I originally have never seen this one, but while I was looking for all this stuff, it's the first image on Google. So I've seen it now, but I don't recommend looking this one up. Okay, so this is another one of the ones I never heard of, but Vore is basically a fetish in which one fantasizes about being eaten alive. If you look on Google, it's just a bunch of pictures like this, so nothing too crazy like photo wise, but I mean the whole thing is just it's weird, but it's not like disturbing like Tough Girl and like Two Girls One Cup is. But yeah, that's Vore for you. For your favorite female character, I couldn't find anything, but I guess it means just don't do your research on your favorite female character. I'm assuming since there's a lot of P and stuff that gets drawn for female characters in games and movies, but on this one again, I'm sorry, I have no idea. I'm just gonna assume that's what it means, but it could be something different. Okay, so for the Velociraptor noises from Jurassic Park, I got a few different answers, but basically the noises of the Velociraptors are just turtles having sex. I'm gonna go ahead and play a clip, but yeah, here it is. Alright, so that's gonna go ahead and wrap up the first part of this iceberg. I will be doing the rest of the list, but it's gonna be different videos because this video is already 10 minutes long. I don't want to be like a 2 hour long video, but yeah, again, shout out to Waller64 on Reddit. I'll have a link in the description to the original post so you can go check it out. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it. If you have any questions, just leave down in the comments and I'll answer them. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the part 2.